Hi everyone, it's me Lubna. Today is Monday, July 3rd, 2023. This video is again dedicated to my loved one who always makes me feel as though anything is possible. I think everyone needs a person like that in their life. And the topic of today's video is going to be about the development of talent and character. In relation to that, let me go ahead and get started by reading out loud my journal entry for today, and that's it. So here it goes. Monday, July 3rd, 2023. Talent develops in solitude. Character develops in the stream of the world's life. And that quote is by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. It is no secret that concentration and solitude are required for personal development and discovery of one's own talents and ways of thinking. However, it is also essential for one to learn how to interact with others without being influenced by them. When we can be around others who do not think or act as we do, and yet we can refrain from criticizing them, we increase our mental fortitude. So, instead of avoiding the things and people that tempt us, we should courageously face them. Our character grows most in the face of adversity and temptation. Remember that. Be strong when others expect you to be weak. So when I wrote this, I was actually thinking about something that I read, a sermon that I listened to many times over the last several years, and that was called The Greatest Thing in the World. And in that sermon, it is mentioned about how we develop character by learning to love people who aren't always the best for us, learning how to be polite and kind and courteous to everyone despite their behavior toward us. And in that sermon, this quote was actually mentioned: talent develops in solitude, character develops in the stream of the world's life. And personally, I'm someone who loves solitude and loves spending time alone. But when I heard this quote, it reminded me that in order to fortify my solitude and test myself and test how strong I can be in the midst of other people and whether I can maintain my solitude even in the midst of a crowd, I need to be among other people, and I need to put myself in situations that challenge me. And so both of those things are necessary actually for a complete development of oneself and one's talents and one's character. We need to learn how to both be alone and by ourselves and enjoy our own company. And we also need to learn how to be among others and still maintain integrity to our own personal beliefs and not fall to peer pressure. I think a lot of young girls need to hear this because I've been a victim of this before. When I was a teenager, we fall prey to peer pressure, and we often feel pressured to do things that we wouldn't do otherwise because of the people around us and how they think and act, and we feel like we have to fit in. I'm here to tell you that you don't have to fit in. In fact, it's better if you don't fit in, if you trust yourself enough, and if you learn how to be disciplined and organized and strong in your own ways of thinking, you'll be able to overcome that sense of peer pressure that you feel a lot of the time when you're around other people. And especially for me as a medical student and as someone who has been in school for basically my entire life, I'm always around other students and people who often think differently than I do. I can guarantee you that there's no one exactly like me or even remotely close to being like me and doing the things I do in medical school. And so I have to sometimes maintain a mental distance from people when I'm interacting with them. And I can't talk about the same things that I talk about in my videos or philosophical topics or literature because most people are not like that in medical school, and most people can't relate. So I have to embody a different level of intellect when I'm interacting with people among my classmates. I have to shift my focus from the things that I usually think about to more scientific and medical school related topics. And but deep inside within me, I always maintain my identity and remember that who I really am and the things I really love, no matter where I go, no matter who I'm around. And I don't like to waste my time. So if anyone asks me to do things that I don't like to do, like party or go out or just meaningless small talk, I engage for a little bit and then I distance myself just enough to get the job done. And that's how you can avoid falling prey to peer pressure. By the way, I'm so sorry for the noise. I live right next to the road and that's something I can't do anything about at this time. Anyway, I hope that you learned something from my video about how you can develop talent in solitude, but also grow your character when you're around other people in the midst of crowds by maintaining your solitude within the crowd. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my video today, and I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, or whatever it is, wherever you are in the world.